Game of the year. Game of the year, period. What's good, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Steph, aka NNESAGA. Yo, this is game of the year. I think I said it already, innit? Game of the year, game of the year, game of the year, game of the year. Miles Morales Spider-Man is game of the year. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear any games that you have played this year. Forget it, because Miles Morales, game of the year. Literally game of the year, dog. First and foremost, thank you so much to Sony and Insomniac Games for sending me Miles Morales early to review. Guys, I wish I could give you an hour's worth of review today. Tonight even. But I know you lot ain't gonna, this ain't no podcast. And I know you guys don't want to hear an hour of me ranting about why Miles Morales is game of the year. Because game of the year. Game of the year. This game was just so, it was a journey. It was an absolute journey, and I cannot wait for you guys to actually play it, especially in the UK next week, but in the US I know it'll be tomorrow for you guys. Game of the year. Game of the year. So I'm going to give you a rundown and give you my full review on Miles Morales Spider-Man, and let's go. Insomniac Games are back with their latest edition of Miles Morales Spider-Man, a direct sequel from their last game, Spider-Man PS4, which came out 2 years ago. The story sets a year after the Spider-Man game. We all know Miles gets bitten and the rest is history. Miles goes under Peter Parker's wing and is trained under him as Peter Parker takes an abrupt leave of his girl, Mary Jane, and Miles is left to look after and protect the city of New York. One of Miles' many obstacles is saving the city being burned to the ground by the corrupt Roxxon and also Underground, who are a high-tech army group. I like how realistic his foes are. Miles is still growing and learning to be a hero. You don't want to create a story in a game where you're putting too much on the lead, and he's also a teen, so you have to try and make sure you're figuring out that balance. And he's also trying to figure out who he is as a person. I liked how well balanced the villains were in the story and how well they were able to manage expectation. As this is set in New York, you get the vibe from it a lot. The city that's always moving and never sleeps. Everyone's trying to get their hustle on. As you play as Miles, you're also figuring out Harlem and how to adjust in his new life after his father's death, and as his mum's trying to run for mayor. From the underground to the coffee stores and the corner shops, the team behind this game really made you feel like you was in New York. Miles is young, emotional, vulnerable, smart, and full of so much life. You instantly grow attached to him. He wants to keep on going, never wants to back down, and always strives to do better and be. I loved how there was still so much room for Miles to grow. Despite it being a short story, you wanted more. I think Insomniac did a really great job fleshing out his character. I love the supporting characters as well. They provided their parts to play throughout the entire story. You didn't feel like they were forgotten at all. The villains in this game were awesome. They were realistic as well. As I mentioned earlier, that it was great to have villains that were manageable for his type of level of being a hero. So let's get into one of my favorite things I love talking about, the gameplay. I got goosebumps playing Miles Morales throughout the whole entire game. Playing this in 4K was a movie. I would highly recommend you guys playing this in the best res you possibly can. You will be left speechless. The PS5 version of this game feels and plays so amazing. I was constantly switched on playing various missions and side missions that I had forgotten the time, and it was literally past 4 in the morning. You can tell how much effort and work has gone into creating a game like this. This is the first party title you want to celebrate with going into the next gen. Honestly, top quality. The customization in the game is fairly easy to navigate too. You can improve and level up on your skills, build on how you want Miles to play, and have various options of equipping different stuff. Swinging in this game is one of the best things ever. You can perform various tricks in the air to the point where you almost feel like Miles is flying, but gracefully and respectfully. The DualSense on your PS5 while playing this game? Perfect. They absolutely smashed it out of the park. When you're on the train, you can feel the vibrations of the underground. So when you're texting or when somebody's calling you, you feel everything. You can also choose the different types of difficulties. I stuck at the amazing setting so that I can have a well-balanced experience playing this game. The story was so smooth throughout. You never felt lost going from one mission to another. They were all very different. I was so happy that there was no repetitiveness, and some missions paid homage to the previous Spider-Man game. Like, for example, catching birds as one of the side missions. That was super cool. But also, I just really liked how they were tailored for Miles. There's loads to explore. It is a very much of an open world kind of game, and you can go from one place to another in a most realistic time of 2 to 5 minutes, but there is fast travel. In terms of mechanics, the combat system is fairly simple, which is what I expect from a lot of Spider-Man games in general. There's no heavy combat, but why would you expect a game like this in the first place to have X, circle, triangle, just for one little action? Honestly, it's perfect how it is. The soundtrack is amazing. One thing about me, I'm an analyzer OST when I hear one. When I heard Kid Cudi's song at the beginning of playing this game, I knew this was going to be a smash. I just knew the soundtrack was going to be so freaking sick. John Pasana, if I got his name right, he's the lead composer of this game, and he did bits from Miles's entries to when he's swinging, when he's in a corner shop, or when he is encountering a villain. The music was absolutely amazing. It just gives you chills, and it just adds that flavor to a game. We cannot do this review without talking about the representation, the diversity and inclusion. Miles Morales really embodies what it means to be a Black Puerto Rican kid from New York. Me being a Black person, you know, I just feel so represented seeing somebody who relates to me in a game. Having a Black-led superhero as a game, and then having it being a launch title for one of, if not the most important consoles right now, is power moves. As I was playing throughout the game as well, I saw a gay couple, which Miles also encountered as well. And it was so good to see, you know, that the LGBT community can also feel included, you know? And it just makes me so proud to know that this game is gonna do so much, not just for, you know, sales or whatever, but so much to show the diversity and inclusivity and the representation that we live in. Gaming is diverse. Gaming isn't just a white male lead out of the gate. No, you know, you can do just well having a Black-led character. And the fact that this game included all of those types of people, it says a lot, and it shows that companies need to fix up when it comes to creating games that are well versed. You know, go to The Last of Us. You had Elle, who, you know, is a gay character. And the game did really, really well. It just shows that you don't have to be one way for a game to be successful. So, you know, I really feel like this game is going to really show and kick the doors of games that need to improve. And I'm so happy that we got to see that representation. And I'm so happy that people who are going to get this game, especially me being a Black person, are going to feel so proud that they're represented in a game so well. So overall, this is Game of the Year. 10 out of 10. The perfect launch title for the next gen console. I want a sequel to Miles Morales like yesterday. I don't have anything bad to say about this game. I have been left speechless, and I would highly, 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 highly recommend purchasing this game. When you're playing a game, you want that experience. You want those feels to come out. You want to be able to know that you spent your hard-earned coins playing a game like this. I am so excited for my people in the UK to, you know, to get this game eventually. I know my US audience will be getting this game tomorrow, but guys, this game is Game of the Year. Like, I don't have anything bad to say. I just feel like this is a game I've been waiting for a very, 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 very long time. You know, there was no complications, there was no delays, no nothing. Like, this game was such a smooth journey to watch. I was so excited the minute they announced they're gonna release this game, and again, I'm just overwhelmed with how amazing this game is. When I've, you know, I just feel like there should be more of this, and I am so looking forward to them hopefully creating a sequel out of this. I am actually probably going to invest in some DLCs if they bring it out later as well, because dog, this is Game of the Year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you so much to Sony and Insomniac Games for sending me Miles Morales. Guys, make sure if you have not pre-ordered that, go and pre-order it now. As in, I need to make sure that is the first game you play. I don't want to hear anything else. Miles Morales is Game of the Year. Okay? Period. Period. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.